はい、お待たせしております。続きましてのゲーム、ファイナルファンタジー9。メモリアボスラッシュレベル1。ということで、こちらですね、解説の方いらっしゃいません。はい、FF9 わかるぜって方とか、走ったことあるかもって方とか、いらっしゃいましたら、ぜひね、コメントでもよろしいですし、ぜひ解説していただくと、とても助かるなんですけど、はい。And help them along with their recovery, and I think that's a wonderful thing to do. はい。そうなんですよね。なんか、FF9 ってめっちゃ長いイメージあるんですよ。めっちゃ長いんですよ。そう。RT やっててもめっちゃ長いから、1時間で終わんのみたいな。1時間みたいな気持ちがある。もっとか。なるほどね。で、レベル1でボスラッシュするよ、みたいな感じなんですかね。わかんないですね。はい、ということで、まあ、このままね、解説される方いらっしゃるのであれば、FF9 の知識が、あまりにも少ない、司会の人間が勝手に話すだけになるので、皆さん、コメントでの、温かいフォローをお待ちしておりますので、はい。
That was fun. That was fun indeed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit damp right now.
ファイナルファンタジー詳しいやつ何って言われたら14しか詳しくないんですけど9も実はやったことはあります。なので、全く知らないわけじゃないんですけど、困ったことにですね、ファイナルファンタジー9ってプレイステーションのゲームじゃないですか。ディスクあったじゃないですか。持ってたディスクがね、3枚だったんですよね。FF9 って多分ね、4枚組じゃなかったっけね。ディスク4をね、4枚目やったことはありません。はーい。ディスク4のところやったことないっすよ。ディスク3までしかやったことなくて、なぜかというと、ディスク3枚しかなかったと。あれーってなって。ということで、記憶ないんですけど、エンディングの記憶がないんですけど、3までわかんのに、もしかしてこれ、4枚目のディスクから始まります。いや、なんかね、なかったんですよね。なんか多分なくしたんだと思うんだけど、やった時にはなかった。はい、ということで、ディスク4を知らないので、実質ミリシラ、いや、ミリシラではなくて、まあ、知ってるから全く知らないわけじゃないんだけど、ディスク4、全く知りません。はい、悲しいですね。少なくそした俺。わかんないですね。FF9、いいストーリーなんですけど、4枚目やったことないっていう、なんかね、4分、そうですね。4分の1知らない。ほぼ知ってるじゃん。ほぼ知ってるじゃん、それだったら。And they've delivered on that, and you can't really argue with that with devs that are really respondent to that. I just wish they'd fix it crashing at this point. ということで、
Well, I mean, without the crashes, we wouldn't have those $40 donations. No, exactly, and I'm going to get mine in a minute. I will be matching that. So, yeah. But will you select a shirt with your $40 donation? Because
FF14 の知識がね、ないようなもんなんですけど、まあ実際にやったことがあると。ないようなもんなんですけど、実際にやったことがあります。で、最近の、ファイナルファンタジー、因縁のファイナルファンタジー司会タイトルは、セブンなんですよね。僕はセブンを全く知らずに解説して、結局ラストのメテオがどうなるのかっていう話を知らずに生きてきているので、今まで。後ね、やりますわ、つってやってないっていうのが、ここでバレるわけなんですけど、因縁の FF タイトルなんで、皆さんね。ね、セフィロス倒して、 相手は女なんだってところで終わって、どうなってしまうんだって思って、すごいいい引きをね。やってない。忙しかったんですよね。去年忙しくてね。できなかったんですね。はい。まあ、それで7はいいんですけど、9はディスク3まではやってて、4はやってないっていう、そんなやつおるかっていう話なんですけど、はい。そういうことです。奇妙な人間なので、許してください。でもね、あれですよ。ピクセルリマスターの初代はやったラスボスが倒せなくて置いてるんですけど、ピクセルリマスターの初代はやった。面白かった。面白いじゃんと思って2買ったんですけど、スイッチでやってたんですけどね。そう、充電できなくなって、壊れたなっていうことで、今、ほっといるんですけど。全部中途半端やんけ。はい、中途半端ですね。なんか、FF に関しては、真面目にちゃんとやりたいですね。またね。でね、割と、好きなタイトルでもある、9。好きなタイトルでもあるっつって全部やってないからさ。全部やってないからさ、お前それで好きなんかって話になってくるんですけど、だってやってないんですよ、もう FF。
Yeah, like, come on. Who doesn't when playing Jenga? I know. Really. But the apple bobbing, I mean, did you see Aishma? Oh my, yeah, but what's with the Aishma of like...
皆様の、熱いね、援護をお待ちしておりますんで、何言ってるか。何言ってるかわかんないかな。
Aishma is German, so he should know it. He should know. He should know it, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. It is. It is what it is. So, but yeah, to finish off the day after Final Fantasy IX, we also have Crash Mind Over Mutant, and that one also had an. Was it an incentive? No, it was a big war.
It had a. Was it pick the language? I think
it was a pick the language. Yes, yes, yes. It was. It's been claimed for ages.
Have a look. Have a look at our incentive.
そうですね。14ちゃん。14はね、ほぼエンディングないでね。増えるんでね。増えるんでね。確かにね。ファイナルファンタジーシリーズはシステムが結構ね、変わるからね。そうだね。
You did it! Yeah, now that I see the language options, of course I did it.
Yeah. Did you pick German by any chance?
No, I picked Swedish.
Oh, I remember.
そうですね。もうなんかアクションゲームなんですか？
Exactly. Yeah. So, yes, we will have Crash Mind Over Mutant in Swedish as the final run of the day before we go for our well-deserved night break.
Yep.
I think.
I'm enjoying the night breaks. It's nice to get a good night's sleep. And
it is.
It means if you're just joining us now, hello, we're just over halfway through day 2 here at ESA Winter 2024. We are live in Malmö, Sweden. It does mean that, don't worry, when we get to the end of the day, say you're in one of the time zones further west, like our lovely friends in the US, don't worry, stick around. You get to watch the beginning of the day because we're going to rerun it at the end.
Yes, we will. So if you are in a time zone that slept when our day started, it doesn't matter because you can still see what we saw.
まあね、そう。こう戦闘のシステムがガラッと変わる、まあ、割と似てるとかさ、ATB とかっていうのはさ、割とこう続いて、脈々と続いてきた感はあるけど、 でも割と新要素を多く入れてくれているので、やってて新鮮味はあるよねっていうのは。16は実質10割アクションゲームになっちゃった。RPG じゃなくて。ロールプレイングゲームじゃなくなっちゃった。もしかして。でもなんか、なんだろう。やっぱアクション寄りの方がいいんかな。最近 RPG やっぱね、難しいからね。アクション RPG? ああ、そういう感じね。はいはいはいはい。そうそう、アクションの RPG。It's going to give them an experience that they wouldn't otherwise be able to have. And it's not just about the child as well. They take care of like the whole family. Like everyone involved with that child's recovery and with まあそうですね。14ちゃんが悪いって言ったら絶対良くない。日本語として絶対良くないけど、そうですね。14ちゃん、だいぶなんか、アクションだもんね。だいぶアクションだもんね。そうなるやな。って感じですね。まあでもね、こう、やっぱ RPG をゴリゴリにやりたいぜっていう時あるじゃないですか。あるよね、みんな。あるよね。コマンドで戦うみたいな。まあそれのやつでは本当にね、ファイナルファンタジー面白いですね。The Stream 1 total will be at $12,000 just for Stream 1.
Just shy of 12,000 for Stream 1.
Just shy of the 12,000. So if you want to get that money in and be the one to tip us over, that would be so appreciated.
$20.04. Someone get it in now. Talking about getting things in now, we've had another donation.
Oh,
We've had an anonymous donation, $40, claiming themselves the ESA winter shirt. Really nice shirt. Says matching the Sonic crashes. GG for both runners. Thank you very much for matching that. Again, I promise I will do mine in a minute.
I mean, he couldn't because I pulled him here.
Yeah.
It's my fault that he hasn't yet. So, you know.
How could you? How could you?
ほう。FV イコールジョブみたいな。ナンバリングダイヤルだ、そこまでない。なるほどね。
It was nice.
It was cozy.
そうですよね。ペルソナとかはさ、ゴリゴリのコマンドじゃないですか。まだ以前にゴリゴリのコマンドやってないですか？まあね、最新やってない。そう、ペルソナもね、ペルソナっていう脱線したらよくないね。ペルソナもね、マジで、ペルソナ罪と罰までしかやったことないんで、僕は。
Just with our wonderful donation alerts.
Yeah, I mean, I love the donation alerts. By the way, everyone here in Stream 1, can we get a big round of applause for the tech team, please?
Yes.
そう、罪と罰しかやったことないんで、そう、あそこまで、我が全てのペルソナをあそこで止めてるので。ね、急にやりたくなって、買うんだけど、途中で諦める、シリーズを。
Yeah, absolutely.
俺もそうなの。3のリメイク出たね。すげえおしゃれって聞きましたよ。いや、ベルトの話始めたらいかんからさ。FF の話戻るけど。いや、クリアしたゲームがないわけじゃなくて。いや、でも最近やってクリアしたゲームなんだろう。最近ゲームやってるあれ最近ゲームやってないな。最近やってないかも。最近はやってないかも。いや、永久的に終わらないデュオリングやってるだけなんで、最近は。あれやってないあれそう、ゲーム買って満足する人。あれあれ
The crowd are getting like angry now.
What are the words? Oh yeah, you're too slow.
最近湧いた RPG 熱はいつ？最後に買った RPG 多分ね、コンシューマーゲームツイとかさ。いやでもだから、ファイナルファンタジーの初代は一番最新で湧いた、多分あれだよ。RPG 熱だったと思うよ。それ、今年の正月とかだが。 やってないな、やろうかな、みたいな。ラスボス倒してないんですね。ラスボス倒してないんですね。ラスボス倒してないね。はい、倒してないですね。
Just to be on the safe side. It's Swedish water, so it's probably okay. But then Matako did fill it, so who knows at this point? Yeah, and who knows what those apples did to the water as well. I mean,
あとなんだあとなんだろう最近買った RPG ってなんだろう
bags of apples, and what were they thinking when they went through the checkouts? It's like apples, apples, apple. What are you doing with all these apples? By the way, I hope we're gonna like make some apple crumble or something, or are we just giving them out to the runners? What's happening with the apples, Taco?
最近ちょっとわからん。RPG が好きではあるんですよ。なんだろう嫌じゃないから。むしろいいなって思うからさ、ゲームジャンルとしては。けど、そうですね、スイッチ買ってやりたかったファイアーエムブレムス風化雪月。あれは RPG かあれは RPG かあれもさ、ラストくらいで止まってるよね。ちょっと話重たって無理かも。
Don't go shopping with Troll Bear. He's the most shady individual. You get to the reception, he's like,
ストーリーが重てえと。死んでえと。
There's something happening and I can't tell you. Oh, good lord.
シミュレーションゲームか。難しいな。なんかね、多分純粋になんかクリアして、いやなんかクリアそう最後までやりましょう。人生で最後までやったゲームはあるんですよ。けどなんかちょっとねラストバトルってさ寂しいじゃんか。ね。だからさあると思うけどな。ありますよ。多分。はい。ということで画面来ました。はい。こうどうでもいい話をねしてたので、ね。はい。
Oh, we're starting at the back then. Starting on the chair. On the chair. I am a
これレベル1やんけ。
I hear you've played a couple, not that many though.
レベル1やし、時間すごいね。74時間。
And our lovely host for this run.
あ、クイーンレベル1。なるほどね。
Been to a few of these events. I don't think this is your first time, is it?
No.
No. Word has it you may have even volunteered at one or two?
A couple of times, yes.
A couple of times.
I used to be tech, but I'm not allowed there anymore.
なるほどね。なんか絶対良くないことしそうですね。というか、そうね。どういうデータなんだこれマジで。どういうデータで。チタンがレベル1で普通にさこのラストダンジョンまでって無理ちゃう。あ、できなくはない。いや、難しすぎじゃないちょっと。無理よね。だからなんか用意したデータなんか。ラストダンジョン。うわ、めっちゃ懐かしいこの画面。頑張るとそのまま進められる。マジかよ。マジかよ。はい、グッドラックです。
So welcome to Clash of the Silver Dragons, but unfortunately we're going to talk over it.
そう、このデータが、そう、あれね、貴重だね。そう考えるとね。プレイステーションでね。あ、知らない映像だこれ。あ、知らねえ映像だこれ。知らねえわ。見たことないな。ちょっと見たことない映像来たな。
So our four main characters are Zidane, who is forced into your party because you physically can't. If you're on the world map, he has to be in your party. It's forced by the game. So we've got Zidane in party 1, slot 1. We've got Aiko in slot 2, who's going to mostly be our support for the entire run and is there to help us utilize a mechanic called ATB waiting. Freya is going to have an ability called Dragon's Crest, which takes its power based off of the amount of dragons you have killed throughout the game. And luckily this is going to advance itself for a while. And we've killed so many dragons without getting EXP that that's now doing damage cap. And last of all, we have Quina, who's our blue mage and has a very unique ability called Limit Glove. Even though it's a globe, might have had a translation error on that one, whoever brought that one over to the West. And its entire gimmick is, if Quina
わかんないけど、なんかラストダンジョン行きそう。
has any other value than 1 HP, it just misses. So once we go into this first fight, you'll see that Quina's already at 1 HP. Meanwhile, everybody else is sitting at their measly maximum of about 100. It's fair to say, any attack that is thrown at us in this entire run is going to kill characters. However, we are going to get around that
そう、すごいよね、映像。
using
これ、プレイステーションのゲームとは思えねえんだよな。
mental immunities, or for half of the bosses in this dungeon, they're going to go night-night. So first up here we have Nova Dragon. Everyone loves the... all of the speedrunners of FF9 back home are already probably shaking at the idea of getting shockwaved. Don't worry, it happens. Or we just put the boss to sleep.
ほう。これがボスちゃんですか。これがボスちゃんですか。なんか、
So, Zidane
眠らしたな。
has an ability called Soul Blade, which when he is using his fief swords, basically it's like the 2-bladed weapons, because he has them and he has daggers. When he's using fief swords, each fief sword has like an
おお。
that he can inflict
なるほど
by
ね。
using Soul Blade. He has a couple of
真理。
daggers in the game, but they're using the add status ability, but we don't need to worry about that here.
睡眠とスロ
A big, big, big
ー、沈
difference,
黙。
which is dragons are very sleepy creatures, so we're using
何でも聞くやん。
completely
何でも聞くやん。
control the boss. And the fact that Zidane had such a high ATB at the start of the fight, this boss is never going to get an attack into us at all.
Aiko is attacking here with
半分割ると、ツイスター。へえ、わかんない。
Yeah.
Close to damage cap.
Ah.
Aiko is much
あ。ミッドグローブしてる。
some of them, the damage they deal is based on external factors, like we were mentioning earlier with Dragon's Crest. It's the variable is dependent on how many dragons you kill. The damage that Fenrir does is dependent on the amount of sapphires in your inventory. And we've managed to farm a full stack of 99 of them.
Yeah, so Aiko, as much as you have Dagger, who is your primary elemental summoner, you also have Aiko, who only has 4 summons, but they are...
カウンターを打ってくるので、1だと対策必須で、
You deal holy damage, which Dagger has
クイナのリミットぐらい上で弾くと。
an entire, like, party
ほう。
buffing utility.
すげえ。ちゃんと計算されている完璧なプランじゃん。RTA だもんね。そりゃそうか。
Only does earth damage. Again, an element that Garnet doesn't have available to her. But by equipping
お、すげえ。乾燥ダメージだ。
change. Whereas in this aspect, it's changed Fenrir's damage from earth, which doesn't hit Nova Dragon at all, to wind, which hits Nova Dragons very, very super effectively. And that's the boss dead. It didn't do anything.
Well done.
倒した。倒したよ。開けなかった。
So Fenrir has a base power of 42 on earth and 44 on wind. But another mechanic of the game is
ほー、すげえ。
in your inventory, it will increase the power of your summons. So it's for wind there it was 44.
順調じゃん。順調じゃん。倒したし、順調やんけ。
It's more about just boosting as much of her damage as possible for the couple of fights where summoning is actually very useful. She's not going to really do very much apart from help us utilize ATB waiting until we get to the... I was going to say the 4th boss, but it's actually going to be our 5th now because I believe the Hades and
今、壮大に
right before Kraken.
ネタバレを食らっている気がするな。 気のせいじゃないな、多分。
Before and after every boss, we'll generally have a little bit of
知らないムービーいっぱい出てくるんですけど、もしかしてこれネタバレじゃないですか。
it will have like some menus just to make our trip up through
英語だからセーフ。
right now,
英語だからセー
Dane
フか。
and Freya have the distract ability on, which was there to help protect them from
どうせディスク4持ってないし、やろ。
we're going to quickly jump into the menu and equip alert on Zidane, which
そらそうやわ。
and
そらそうです。
on Freya, a very useful ability that you only get very late in the game, which basically makes every random encounter, there's just a base 1 in 3 chance that it'll be a preemptive strike, which not only protects us from the enemy, but has our ATB instantly fill, which means we can just leave. Just get Zidane to immediately flee us.
Regardless of the equipment and ability changes that we'll be making for working around wild encounters, there will also be a lot of changes from boss to boss. A lot of abilities.
どうなんですか？なんか、リメイクじゃなくてなんだ。やりやすくなってるじゃないですか、FF9 って。ブーストあんの？
Similarly, there are abilities in the game like Undead Killer or Bird Killer, a bird being anything that doesn't touch the ground, regardless of if it is actually a creature or has wings.
チム版もブーストありますね。ありますね。あるんだ。いいじゃん。やっぱないと辛いよな。そう、PS1 だから。
Just for the tiny chance that a mob might troll and kill us, we're taking every safety save, which if anybody's done this dungeon and doesn't know where all the secret safety save points are, you're going to learn today. Don't worry. We've got some content for you as well.
あ、いいっすね。やっぱこの戦闘 BGM 好きだな。
Absolutely, fire away.
Wonderful. We do have a $10 donation from Zephyric saying it's great to be able to see this say this run brought to you by Mizzow. What do Mughals shop with?
What do Mughals shop with?
Yes. Coupons.
How does he do it?
Actually,
that's actually a new one to me.
ザコは回避すると。とんずらしたの。それはわかる。
Between $10 and $25 donations, I believe we have it set.
I think it might be on 10 specifically. Anybody that watched ESA Legends, you're gonna love it. So start getting your $10 in.
If you want to know what it is,
oh no, we're about to die.
Donate $10 and find out.
おー、死ぬ。
We also have an unofficial 15k milestone to get Goosebert on the couch.
Did you say 50?
15k.
15. Oh,
yeah, just say numbers, whatever.
Yeah, 15k. I have an accent. Don't bully me.
So I've got a couple of thoughts here. So in the Nova Dragon fight, you're only using magical attacks because, or not because, but had you used physical attacks and Nova Dragon had woken up before Zidane's ATB had been able to cue Thievery, Nova would have gotten turns in, right?
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that the order of operations.
めちゃめちゃギル落ちていくよ。トンズラ国から。
So generally we want to get Quina out first with all of these animations being
なるほどね。早い段階でトンズラを打てることが祈り。なるほど。しんどいな、だったらエンカウントが。バックアタック。これいけるんじゃない？これいけるでしょ。これはいける。オッケーオッケー。おー、そういうことね。これ、ボスラッシュだけどさ。あれなんだね。ちゃんと、その、最終のダンジョンは進んでいくんですよね。
Very quickly, now that we're on a boss screen, which means we're not going to get any encounters, so we're quickly just going to take these little
アビリティの変更を行い。
And welcome to our first Chaos Guardian Malrus, who, just as an explanation, at the end of the fight, it's the only one that does this. She does like a desperation move where she casts an ability called Raining Swords.
へー。オートリリースと同じ効果のアビリティあるんだ。
You might have noticed that we don't have that amount of HP, and it's a long animation.
So we're going to be very clever
なん
here.
かすごい敵出てきた。
to just skip
すごい敵出てき
She's
た。
gonna get a turn in, and she's gonna miss. God bless the strike. So we'll get Limit Glove going, Dragon's Crest going, and oh hello.
全部の攻撃当たった。おー
Word on the street is
Oh.
you've met this
Who
on a-
gave him that goose? You monster!
ブース来た。
Thank you immediately. Thank you. All we have wanted since coming back to Sweden from Legends is our goose. So it's worth noting we'll need 6 hits here, so anybody that's counting at home, don't bother counting damage, count a number of hits. This is going to be number 2. We're hoping
Are we counting?
that Zidane's ATB was fast enough, because Malrus did Sword Quiver, and Malrus has cap speed. We're hoping that, yep, okay, so Zidane got his attack off in time here.
There's 100% a joke about counting damage versus counting attacks in the FF9 community.
Thankfully for us, at level 1 we are incredibly strong, unlike everybody who comes to these bosses in their 30s and 40s. Right, so as you can see, we used ATB weight there to make sure that Zidane could get his ATB charged up.
なるほど。今回あれですか。ビットがあるんか。ちょビット確認してきますね。
10.
Thanks, team. That was free.
Close.
So now we're going to have number 4 here, and Aiko's going to introduce our kind of final damage mechanic, which is Dark Matters. You get 1 from the Triangle Auction House, 1 as a steal from Ozma, and a 3rd one from a random drop from Ozma. So this is just going to do damage cap straight up. So we've hit 5 times, and now we have...
達成したんかなちょっとわかんないです。
So Zidane is going to put the boss to sleep, and we're going to...
オズマ戦があるかないかか。
Malrus with a magical
Hey.
attack. Magic does not wake
らしいです。はい
Bobs up, but if we used a physical attack like Thievery or Dragon's Crest, it would wake Malrus up as part of the attack. But because she's sleeping, we completely skip over Raining Swords.
24 seconds saved. Or, like, not dying, I guess.
All of the auto lives would have drained a lot of time.
Mod, do we have any messages that got us over the 15,000 bump?
Fire away, Mod.
We do have some messages. So we have a $50 from JKRO saying Team Goose shirt. We have $10 from
You're too slow.
I'm sorry, I'm hurrying up, okay? We have $10 from Not Is Eternal saying shoutouts to my boy MOD366. Oh, that's me. My wife says you're cute. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for introducing me to the ESA, and good luck to the runner on Final Fantasy IX. A great game one should appreciate. Definitely. We have $40 from HUD601 saying, as promised, $40 for the 4 crashes during Dream Team. Congrats to the legend King Rhodes, an honor to share the couch with you. And we have $50 from Unico Yokai saying, have fun with the boss rush. Hopefully Ozma behaves as well now as it did during practice. Oh, you know he's going to be difficult. I love you lots. Less than 3.
Thank you, honey. She's actually in the crowd with her carbuncle slippers, and she can point herself out.
They are.
So, very quickly, that was one of the hidden save points for anybody that wants to just get around Memoria. There's usually a save point either before or after, or in some cases both.
ああ、さっきのドネートはあれか。この人か。はいはい。オズマの。
Quite as obvious, you kind of need to go looking for them. Oh my, what was that?
That's the $100 donation sound alert.
Oh my god!
It's ticking.
But speaking of donations, Bod?
Yes, we have... Well, let's get to that $100 donation. We have $100 by Mr. Ryudo saying, let's go, lads. Hope it's going well. Let's earn some money for charity. Beat those bosses. The cat's also watching the stream.
Thank you so much, big man. It's worth noting that part of the crew that is here with me, that's only happening because a friend is cat sitting for a week. So absolutely bless him. So again, we just need to get through a few screens, a few cutscenes. There's a story happening, but we're not here for that. We're speedrunners. We ignore
そうですね。なんか、オズマが 難しいみたいなことを言ってる。さっきの100ドル入れてくれた人のドもあった。
So there is another thing that's going on in some of these fights. So for the random encounters, you'll see that Mizzow is running from them. At this level, you can't actually escape from them, can you?
The heat death of the universe might come first.
So the main reason, or typically, if you're running away from a random encounter for this, it's so that you can...
さっき100ドル入れてくれた人はあれか。猫ちゃんも配信見てますよって言ってて、そういうことか。何言ってんだろうと。
There is a funny thing about enemies killing. Should I describe this one? Are you talking about the Ariman, the veterans?
Yeah. Same difference, quote unquote.
Yes. On a previous version of this file, you might see them at some point. There's a mob that can cast roulette, and sometimes will.
うわ、なんかすげえな出てきた。なんかすごいな。
I've now managed to actually get virus on all of my party members, and that's no longer an issue.
大体頭たくさんあるじゃん。
Unfortunately for Tiamat, it did the silly thing of not killing me. So now I'm just going to put Tiamat to sleep and this fight is over.
はあ。
For anyone that wants to count this time, this is another 6.
全然見た目ちゃうやんって思ったのは内緒だよ。全然見た目が違うやんって思ったのは内緒です。
Generally, they are routed on the Malrus fight, Tiamat fight, and Transkuja, who is our penultimate. Can we say penultimate? So that's 2. And just for reference, to get all 3 Dark Matters, one of them we bought from the auction house, but the other 2, as mentioned earlier, are from Ozma. Which means that on this file, we had to beat Ozma on an attempt where we also had a successful steal of the Dark Matter from Ozma with all level 1 characters.
そうですね。寝る、基本睡眠。
The boss is still
asleep?
Still sleepies. Actually, I've just noticed that Freya actually got absorbed. Freya got absorbed AP at the start. So we're actually going to play us a tiny bit safe because we actually would have lost out damage there. So we're just going to put the boss back to sleepies. Hold the ATD for a tiny bit just to help Zidane out. And this fight is going to be over. Fire! Oh god.
Thank you.
Shout out to Pharaoh for that voice clip. All of my legends nerds knows exactly where that comes from. There's our little donation Easter egg.
So good.
So, just so we're clear, only 4 of the now 9 bosses that we're going to be doing in Memoria can be put to sleep. It just so happens that 3 of them are
現地は、
So, next up
そうですね。11時、23時くらい。
they all can't be put to sleep. Then we
こ
get
ちらは夜が明けてきましたけど。
funny. We'll talk about that when
ね
we get there.
まだ無理はしないようにね。 月曜ですからね。
Hades was optional for the low price of $250 of donations from everybody at home, so you're absolute legends for making that happen. Who, speaking of which, is actually our next boss.
Well, before we get to Hades, can we get some donations?
なんかまがまがしいとこ入ってくるけど。
We have $40 from Poke the Frostlass. No comment, but grabbing an ESA Winter t-shirt, so thank you very much for that. We have a Baka Osaka with $10, claiming FF5 over FF9. Do we agree with that, audience?
Yes. I like the fight, what can I say?
I did not expect that answer. We have $25 from Alco, saying, hello from the info desk. Unfortunately, I can't be with you in person, but I'm just one room over watching my favorite game. Good luck on the bosses. Be Kupo for Kupo Nuts.
Alcohol of all people isn't in this room. Get in here.
Some of us have jobs here, Mizzow, sorry.
We can cover a shift.
We have $40 from Argik, saying, here's my $40 for the 4 crashes in Sonic Dream Team. We also have $80 from Anonymous without a message, but they are grabbing both of our t-shirts.
クラッシュしたから4回分の。
Amazing. Well, maybe not the Goosebird one, but the up one is good.
4回分の40ドルやねって。
That's why I'm saying that.
払ってる。ちゃんと払ってる。すごい。偉すぎる。
Saying, hey mod, could you give this one to Taco? Okay.
Oh.
Oh. Free tablet, guys! Okay.
Very quickly, while they're getting that sorted,
Know the melon.
this is one of the worst rooms in the
い
game.
やー、知らんムービー始まってる。全然知らない。
Into this room, you hold up on the D-pad. I swear to you, that's the trick to this room.
Can someone get me a My Chemical Romance playlist, please?
What?
No, like I know the chorus, but I don't know the pre-chorus, and it starts with the pre-chorus.
We're getting singing now?
I'll be right back.
これは
I'll be here physically, but
普通の演
just give
歌
me a minute.
Chat, what have you done? We're getting music
I don't know what they've done.
大丈夫こ
I
れ
haven't read it.
これ大丈夫これ
I just read the start. But
おう大丈夫か
let's go with the $50 from Anna Artemis saying, I love
トンドラこきたい
This run is so cool. And yes, it is. Beating bosses at level 1.
OK
How cooler does it get?
Oh, we should maybe actually talk about something we never got to at the start. Why do we have this specific team? So anybody that's played FF9 probably already knows the answer to this, but anybody that hasn't, you can get all of the way to the end of Disc 3, like the final dungeon, with having every character at level 1. It takes a lot of resetting and a lot of RNG favoring you to basically like beat all of the forced encounters in roundabout ways, whether using like Vivi's stop ability or having add status on Quina again to like inflict stop and petrify and things like that. Unfortunately, in the final dungeon of Disc 3, there are 3 forced encounters that you have no way of getting rid of that experience. You have to essentially have sacrificial characters. The first fight has the Dane Freya.
シンプルに
So he's out of the
ストーリー気になるな
Dane, Quina, and Steiner. We have Quina with us, so Steiner took the
ストーリー気になるな
third fight. You only have the Dane and Garnet, so Garnet took the fall for that one. And anybody
やるしかねえかねやっぱり
7 characters, where's the final one? Well, we
やる
have
しかないか
unfortunately, Vivi at level 1 does not really have any good gimmicks.
ディスク4だけ単体で言ってますかね
Don't worry.
ね
he's still
逆にディスク4のみっていう
much later on.
ジャンク品みたいなやつ買ってきたらいいかな
Okay, so Hades is just... Okay, so the mysterious voice, that's the Hades, right? We'll actually leave here right now, and like, anybody that's looking for him, that's him there. Not all the way to the right, that's him there. And we're gonna very quickly get a tiny menu in here, and change this up a little bit, because we're actually doing this fight instead. Get body temp on, and... he's now angry at us. Taco's not here for the best song in the game.
Yeah, this is a banger song.
It's an absolute banger, and he's not here.
We've got one of the best songs in the game on right now, and he's thinking about My Chemical
かっ
Romance.
こいいの出てきたかっこいい
Such a 90s kid.
Yes, believe it or not, we have actually defeated Ozma on this file. That's the only reason we have the 3 Dark Matters. And Hades finds that very impressive.
Yeah, Hades is... I was going to say voice lines, but they're definitely not voice
He's getting very angry at me right
Hades'
now.
text lines are different depending on whether or not you've killed the Ozma.
So unfortunately, Quina does not have enough magic stones for us to have auto life and body temp on, and auto life is just more important. But with all these long animations, she'll fall out. Give her a second.
めっちゃダメージめっちゃダメージ通るな
Something else to consider, however, is that after we kill this boss, we are actually going to need to reset.
Doing what?
We're going to need to reset.
No, I fixed that.
Wait, huh?
I fixed that. I explained.
お
I
お
managed to get the virus status on everyone.
Yeah.
So now, this boss is no longer a reset. This is just we get to have fun.
This boss granting experience has previously caused issues.
It would you, yes.
So is there a reason why you can't have the virus stat on the other bosses that gives force experience?
You mean like, so there's the 4 fights. There's Tentarian, which we just don't do because there's no way to get that set up. Ozma, we can have
こい
it.
つは睡眠効かないんですか
Ozma on this file using this setup.
効かないんだ
A lot of resets because we had to steal a dark matter off of him and then win the fight,
Yeah.
which is very
Hard.
RNG
Very
in your
hard.
favor. And then he had to drop the dark matter at the end, which is not guaranteed. And then Quail being the final one, again, you can get virus for because you can just wait until you're in disc 4 and it's all fine.
Yes, but the fights in Yana,
and you're not alone.
Oh, sorry!
The Amarin Steiner and Garnet experience.
You'll forgive me, the music drowned out that little part of the question. Production, I am sorry, could I get game audio down just a tiny bit?
Yes. Why could we not have virus for those fights?
Okay, so when you go into those fights, it's every member of your party is completely healed regardless of anything. So all there's HP, MP,
status ailment.
Sorry, production, down please, not up. Yeah, so every member of your party is completely healed. So even if you went into that dungeon. Oh, by the way, you beat an old man and he now wants to sell you his wares. So anybody's looking for the Pumas, the 10 armor, this is where you get it. But we're just gonna wander off out of here. Yeah, so because every member of your party is completely healed, even if you went into Terra with virus on, it would be automatically healed off of you before those fights. And then you're locked into the three of them. There's no way to escape that sequence. Which is very unfortunate because it means you can't do like a true full party of no experience. So the last thing we're going to do here is actually we're changing out Aiko's Fenrir from wind back to earth. This not only allows us to put the ribbon on, but it means that she's going to be a little bit set up for later. We've done that menu previously back at Tiamat, but we wanted to use Holy for Hades. So welcome to the longest fight. We have a couple of ads to deal with first.
なんかまたすごいの出てきたな。
We're gonna wait here for Quina.
クラーケン。
The left and the right tentacles here do different attacks, and whether or not the tentacles or a tentacle exists changes the boss's AI as well, if I understand correctly. So we're going to be intentionally targeting a specific one.
The tentacles do their own unique counter attacks on you. Which one of them just does raw damage but can take out your characters. The other one, water gun, 3 of my characters can survive perfectly fine. But I don't want it countering onto Quina, which would just take them out of the fight completely. So we have max damage on each of the tentacles, and now Aiko's going to come in and Fenrir all 3 targets and just wipe the floor. So you saw the wind one earlier, and now you have the earth version of it. Earth being the base version. Okay.
触手を攻撃すると行動が変わる。ほう。あ、なくなった、確かに。
Yeah, some change that's less than that. So we're just kind of waiting for these two to go away. And now its only counter attacks are leg, which is a physical, and waterga, which just doesn't affect 3 of our party members at all.
A lot of these endgame bosses, their HP pool seems to be either exactly 16-bit integer cap or 16-bit integer cap minus 10k.
The game isn't really if you know what you're doing in Final Fantasy IX, the game isn't really balanced around that. It's balanced around like casual players having access to equipment much later than when you can actually get it if you know where to look for it.
We're also, for damage, abusing the fact that we know everything about these mobs. Elemental weaknesses, mob type weaknesses, and then the attacks that we're using. Their strength being benefited by external factors, theory being how many times you've stolen from enemies.
It's a combination of Zidane's speed stat
足。 足だね、確かに。
The amount of successful steals you've had. So we just had to run around very
足。
early stages, just stealing a bunch of items off of creatures and then running away so we wouldn't get experience.
Yeah, so for example, this file has over 70 hours of gameplay in it, and that's just in the actual save file, never mind the amount of time that has been sent.
ね。倒れても起き上がるからさ。
That is not taking into consideration the many days worth of resets to line up perfect RNG just to get through the game with no experience.
Is Mitako ready?
Yeah, kind
Will you
of.
ever be?
I'm gonna do Mutski's like such a disservice here. I'm so sorry to you and anyone that knows.
That song.
Yeah, but like I don't know this bit of it, but I think I've got it. We're just gonna wing it. It's fine. So it's something that
結構強いですね。
gets wrecked, Necron protect, Death Guy spam spin attacks. A double shockwave here will end us all. Like carry armor, carry armor. You can pay for more.
You can pay for more. If that's paying for more, I swear to God.
Please, chat, join in on the fire. Don't miss out.
And that's Kraken. Unfortunately, we can't put Kraken to sleep, so we do need to actually deal with that. And our next boss, Lich, again, does not like to go sleepies.
なるほどね。コンストダメージが
I think that's our new
6発入った。
$100 line, maybe?
Yeah, if you think I'm just worth $100 to you, then.
Oh, come on.
わからん。ドネートで読んでくれね、ネタがわからないっていう、すごい悲しいことになってるんですけど。
Saying, God, saying I feel like
キャリーアーマーは F7 なんですか？
Oh, good. I thought it was like, do the next verse.
悲しい。
Do the whole song for.
ネタがわからなくて悲しい。
Now we established $20 for the verse, so $20 for the next.
We're gonna
He
cheat
wants
here.
it.
We've just saved the game and got an encounter that early, so we're just gonna cheat and do a wee soft reset, which is a lot faster than loading into the battle, getting flavor. You know, speedrunner stuff. Don't worry about it.
なんかやっぱ FF9 ってすごい曲が好きですね。
Yeah, we know where the reset button is. It's the first
いいよ
one
ね
in any sport.
いいよ
I don't
ね。
think I've actually ever done the safety save there and not gotten like the extra encounter through it.
It's the amount of times I've been through that room and it's like right when you get to the top of the stairs, it's like, hi, remember us? We're back. Like, okay, never mind. We'll just do the safety save. People at home get to see where it is and we get to do some silly shenaniganery.
すげえ階段だな。階段じゃない、はしごか。
If you do the safety save, you don't get the encounter.
Yeah,
Don't do the safety save, you do get the encounter.
I am convinced that.
確かにね、こう、ゲームのちゃん、なんだろう、やってないけど、曲だけ知ってるって人はいっぱいいると思うから、ねえ、いい曲ばっかあるよね。
We've found some very cursed things recently, but this is not FF9. So just in case anyone's wondering, we are not getting the Excalibur 2. That sword has deceased itself into the next millennia for how long it took us to get here. We're only
なんかすごいの出てきた。
we're only like what?
すごいの出てきた。
Yeah,
リッチ。
it's gone.
リッチさ。土を吸収するけど、弱点が多い。弱点が多い。
So, Aiko again is another character that doesn't have like any special gimmicks tied to her in terms of like being able to do max out damage. So Aiko actually has another special mechanic to her. The way this game handles some extra characters in the game, primarily Cinna, Blank, and Marcus, is it just has those characters built into the same slots as other party members. So Cinna is in the same slot as Quina, Blank is in the same slot as Amaranth.
結構隠し狙ってくるというか、死の宣告とかデスとか打ってくるから、レイズ系、リレイズとかが欲しいか。それはそうかもしれんですね。
segment right before Alexandria Escape, where you have the 30-minute time sequence to save Garnet. We just had Marcus level 99 with the best equipment.
ねえ、全滅しそうですね。結構苦戦しそうですけどね。そう考えるとね。
Transfer over to Aiko, which is why, funny enough, she has the highest HP of anyone in the party and has elevated stats on her. Oh, bye, Quinn. I'll see you later.
How long did that take you, did you say?
I had a rock on this controller and came back a few days later. I don't have an exact time. But that's where most of it came from. And Lich is down.
お、どうした？すごいね。割と順調に見えるんですけど。すごいっすね。レベル1でここまでいけるのがすごいんだよな、普通に。
Yeah, so Lich is weak to the holy element.
あとは、ランダム演歌を引かないようにしないとだね。開幕をお祈り。開幕お祈り。
So, a key mechanic of this, the stat increase of this game is that you have your base stats, which just increase naturally. They're just at set values. But every time you level up with a piece of gear that has plus stat on it, that stat essentially gets stored in the back end of your character. And once you hit certain values of that stat, it gives you a permanent point up. So by just giving Marcus the best equipment we could at that point in the game, which to be fair wasn't a lot, but it makes differences over the course of 98 level ups. And then all of that gets transferred to Aiko. The same thing actually would happen with Blank and Sinner, but you get them at points in the game where you wouldn't ever be able to generate any stats of it. You could bump them to level. I mean, you can't bump Sinner anyway, but you have Blank at a time. You could get.
次の敵、開幕メテを打ってくるの。
Good luck with that one. You can have that one for free. I'm not doing it. But you have no equipment to actually boost stats. You would have 0 net gain out of it. Marcus is the only one, which ironically actually helps us the fact that Marcus sits in the Aiko slot, which makes Aiko a very useful party member for us. Because even though she's not damage capping, we can use a combination of what she already has available, plus items, plus equipment with boosting properties, to at least make her relevant.
かっこいいの来た。さっきのやつの、あれか。決勝版じゃん。
So as mentioned earlier, with HP pulls being like 55k and 65k, if Aiko can do more than 5
危ない。
then it reduces our turns to kill by 1. Yeah, it's quite literally what happened both on Nova Dragon and on Kraken. Even though Aiko was capping, she was doing more damage than the remainder that the other characters were.
いけた。
So we should talk about the next boss, Death, guys. There's 2 key things about him. He's the 4th boss that we can actually put to sleep. So we will be using Soul Blade as much as we can to try and control the fight. The other thing is that Death Guys' entire gimmick is that at the very start...
通常 RTA でも9時間走った先に運ゲーがあるのつらい。
And Meteor just kills the entire party. Now, everyone has auto life on, so he's going to kill everyone, everyone's going to resurrect. If he then spins, it's just guaranteed damage and we're game overing. However, if Zidane has a fast enough ATB,
まあ、さっきの敵たちのクリスタルバンか。実質ボスじゃないですか。
Which not only you now have complete control over the fight, it completely negates Death Guy's ability to ever cast that one meteor. So it's a very low chance, but if it happens, it's a good haha funny. I just realized I was talking about Soul Blade, so I used it.
I wondered someone.
Yeah. The brain went places there, you'll forgive it.
Yeah.
Watch him kill it.
で好きだ。
There was a cool thing that happened in the Lich fight. So you had... What status even was it?
On myself?
On Zidane. And it was like, so Zidane got stopped.
なるほどね。こういうとこで、相手に攻撃食らうと無駄に時間がかかるのか。
For all the different statuses in this game, Remedy doesn't actually get rid of that many of them, but it does get rid of like a few rare ones like Mini. And we're just gonna get Zidane's Thankfully at this point, virus isn't really affecting anything. There's no more points to gain XP.
I'm doing that thing where I talk when I should be thinking about my menus.
ギガも有効。
So this is like the only genuine safety save of the run. You notice that up to this point we haven't actually been in much danger. Bosses have only really been taking 1 or 2 characters out at a time and the fights have been perfectly manageable. This is now the, especially in a marathon, like, yeah, you're saving the game because death guys can just choose to kill you and you can't do anything about it.
So what I would really love to see, death guys, when he gets the opening attack, will do between 50 and 4,500 damage, right?
4950.
Okay, so everyone in chat, you get 4 numbers between 50 and 4950, and you put them in sequence, and we see who wins.
Multiples of 50 times 1 to 50 times 99.
Maths.
That's a lot of damage.
Let's see if we can get some guesses.
50, 50, 150, 4,000.
I have 4 50s in the chat. You are my new best friend. You have so much faith.
You know, it's only a, what, 1 in 100 million chance that...
But there is a chance.
Yeah, it's possible.
So you're saying there's a chance?
It's a speedrunning event, anything's possible.
何の話してたかわかんないかったけど、クージャーが出てきてなんか話してたのは分かった。わ、すごいの出てきた。すごいの出てきた。あ、メテオ。
Yeah. Like it typically has to be pretty much filled to be able to get off before Meteor.
Oh no.
あー、全滅だー。
Better luck next time.
So we're just hoping for no spin.
Spin.
おー。すげえ。
Well, that's a start.
Delicious.
Looking good so far.
There's a 1 in 10 chance here that Quinna actually resurrects with 1 HP and we're just carrying on as usual. If he doesn't, we're going to have to do some roundabout nonsense.
Remember that Quinna's Limit Glove ability is doing damage based on his current HP.
8, that's
1.
unfortunate.
And a Phoenix down will resurrect you at some HP value between 1 and 10.
Yeah.
寝るんだこいつ。
So casting Auto Life on Quinna because when you're rezzed by Auto Life, your HP is set to 1.
カースト6回入れる。
And then I think we're going to be killing Quinna.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, so by Quinna actually gets the auto life ability, so Quinna's going to cast this on himself. And then I'm going to actually use Aiko to take Quinna out. Get this Ether online. So we're still managing to do damage, we'll just have to do it very awkwardly and roundabout.
Freya runs out of MP, we use a Ether on Freya, we get our Thievery off it today. You kill Quinna with Aiko, Quinna gets set to 1 HP, Quinna's able to Limit Glove. I lied, we did not press Thievery, we put him back to sleep.
No, we need to keep Zidane. Okay, there we go.
Was I wrong in Quinna did it to himself there?
Beg pardon?
Quinna hit himself, it wasn't Aiko.
Yeah, Aiko. Quinna took himself out.
Aiko allowing us to ATB wait by staying in the menu.
So that's 4 hits now, but Quinna and Zidane will be able to finish the fight here after this fight.
怖えな。起きるかどうかわかんないけどさ。怖いっすね。いけそういけそうな気がする。
There we go. It was a long way about a shortcut, but thanks to bosses apparently being too sleepy to fight, we can get around it quite easily. Unfortunately, that's our four bosses, so Transkuja and Necron are not going to be going night-night.
No, but they have good music.
They do have
すげえや。
music. It's a shame that we're going to take them out so fast.
Starry night.
So we're actually going to dip back to the save point real quick because unfortunately there is a very low chance sequence of events on the final boss that can actually kill us. So just for our marathon safety, we're going to give me that. Thank you. So those 4 pieces of equipment, the Chimera armlets are giving us holy immunity, which means we take no damage. The Pumice pieces are giving us holy absorb. Transkuja basically has 3 abilities that he actually offensively attacks with. Flare Star hits everyone for a multiple of 35 times your level. So it does next to no damage to us, but unfortunately we'll take out Quina because they're sitting at 1 HP. Flare is you die. But if you ever cast Holy on anybody, it's just a free turn for us.
As I understand, though, he won't be casting Holy on Aiko ever, as
Aiko has auto reflect, which is more to protect her from Flare. Aiko acts genuinely as our biggest support here because we need to. Our first 3 attacks we'll generally get for free, but those final 3 we have to take very slowly and micromanage the fight because.
Transkuja.
However, Flare Star is thankfully.
はい。
Yeah. The unfortunate thing is that you can get Flare Star counter into an actual Flare Star, and that damage starts to add up.
Yeah. Flare Star will 3-shot anyone that isn't Aiko. 1-shot Quina.
ラスボスですかもしかして。
So Freya's attack is going to get off perfectly fine. Quinnis is going to get off perfectly fine. Zidane and all following attacks, we now need to like start micromanaging the fight 1 input at a time to make sure that we're not losing total control of the fight. Because if he just starts flare starring on repeat, we're gone.
クジャがラスボスなんかな。
Okay, that's what we mean. This can miss, by the way, so hopefully it does. No, unfortunately. It missed on Freya. That's fine. And your standard attack, good sir. There we go, Holy. So we're just going to slowly micromanage the fight now, 1 attack at a time. I love Goosebear. It's just absolutely vibing out right now.
His son's vibing out as well, up there. But don't stop him now.
Look for the counter.
This is the hold your lighter up moment.
I think you need to pay for more goose dance. It's not free.
After this one, Zidane will be dead to the next Flare Star.
And that final dark matter from earlier, and we're gone.
Oh? 倒したか？やったか？
So unfortunately, we need to leave this
Yatta
music
ka?
behind, but we have an equally
absolute banger coming up with the final boss.
アルテマ。
Interesting strats and perhaps a party train.
So we talked about Vivi earlier. You'll notice that Vivi hasn't been in the party so far. So the key mechanic of Necron is that when you go into the fight, your characters are completely healed. But Quina's basic attack gimmick is that there's a random modifier applied to their basic attack.
あ、生きてる、すげえ。
Swap Quina who's guaranteed to take himself out. Just as a safety. So we just need to get our characters ready, do a very quick menu, and then hope that
すごいストーリー気になる。
combination of events doesn't occur where we genuinely lose the fight and have to go fight Transkuja again. Which, given that banger music, probably isn't as bad a thing as I'm making it out to be. So we're going to take Quina out and get Pharaoh in. It's like, that's not Vivi.
神ゲーなので。そうですね。
The amazing voice of the fire sound clip that you are hearing on repeat and was a big factor into our enjoyment at ESA Legends. Bless her, she's not available to be here right now. So I hope that she should be in her bed right now. She's very far ahead in time compared to us. So I'm hoping that she sees this one day and has a good laugh out of it. And anybody that knows the lore at Legends is probably getting a good laugh out of this as well.
I'm thinking that $10 donation train would make her hear in spirit.
Oh yes, absolutely. We would hear fires on repeat if we could get that going, chat. You know what to do.
I mean, talking about a $10 donation, I do have $10 from JKRO here saying fire.
Get that started, team. I know you can do it.
Anything else for you freebos around this cutscene?
Oh, wonderful. We do have a $80 from Anonymous, grabbing both t-shirts and putting that money towards the Glitch Trifecta race for the Rayman Series race that's coming up tomorrow. We have another $10 from Mr. Ryudo saying, yo miss, no magic run when?
I'll think about it. Feel free to @ESA on Twitter.
You heard it here first. And we have $10 from Money saying,
Yeah.
Money loves Will Zerker. Thank you very much for that.
あらー。
So, Necron is very unique. Necron actually has 4 ATB bars.
ペブション。ペブション。
Rotation that is featured, especially in the speedrun, where he starts the fight using Blue Shockwave,
そん
which
な。
will single target a character to 1 HP. Grand Cross, very long animation, inflicts a bunch of statuses. Neutron Ring, which is just an AoE party wipe at this level because it does a ton of physical damage. And then just goes into 3 blue shockwaves. Okay, where's the first one? One, 2, 3, 4, and up. So there's no targets on the field right now, so Necron's trying to cast Grand Cross, has nobody to target, skips over it. Carries his ATB forward, tries to cast Neutron Ring, nobody's targetable, so it just skips over it. So now we have 3 blue shockwaves to end this encounter.
ブルーウェーブ。
There we go.
Oh, that's
Thank you
not
very
it.
much.
So 2 more turns to do 60,000 damage. Taco, as a speedrunner of FF9, would you like to explain what's happening right now?
In what regard?
The fact that we're going to get... Zidane is going to be able to get 2 attacks off before Necron's 1.
Right, okay, so we talked about ATB weight earlier in the run a little bit. I think Star was mentioning it. So the basic gist is that if your ATB is faster than the enemy's ATB, what you can do is queue up an action while another party member is in the sub-menu. When the action goes through, your ATB bar goes from full to empty. If the enemy's ATB is
すげえ
also
な、でも
empty at
めっ
that
ちゃ
time,
カウントダメージ入るからさ、
out of the
気持ちはいいね。
fill again, and yours will fill before the enemy's goes, allowing you to get 2 turns for an enemy's 1. So in this instance, what we're doing is having Zidane with auto haste, putting him faster than Necron, which allows you to ATB wait with Freya, and then get the double attack in with Zidane.
Now, people might be remembering earlier that we said that Necron does not have 1 ATB bar, he has 4.
Yeah, so
however,
the other 3, there's 1 ATB that does a bunch of protective abilities, basically a load of white magic, has like it has like protect, shell on it. There's another one that has a bunch of black magic on it, where it does like Firaga, Fundiga, Blizzaga. There's another one that has like Flare, Holy, Meteor. But a key like kind of balance point of this fight is that the ATBs get shut off as your characters you start losing your characters throughout the fight, and then you can resurrect your characters. The ATBs never turn back on, so it's like an odd balancing point that makes sense, but at the same time, it feels like a slight. Oh, by the way, power and time, wee man.
Time.
Okay, sub 1 hour. That's
どうしたんですかこれ。
all the extra menuing.
there was a lot of marathon safety
So,
menuing.
GG ですか
Incorporation of that
ほう。
mechanic just built
わ
into
かんなかったですね。
scary attacks off the game. Plus, the wonderful explanation from Taco about how ATB waiting with auto haste and being faster than your. That's very loud. Being faster than the enemy is. We get those 2 turns in where we just get to pump all of that damage out. And that last hit was genuinely, if we didn't kill, he was going to cast Grand Cross and it was not going to be a good time. How much of this should I let play out? Maybe to the fade to white, and then we'll move on to the next exciting part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did meet a donation incentive, so we will
Why
be getting
didn't
additional
you
content
submit
for-
Melodies of Life?
How
Is this a world record? Technically, I don't know. What is your PB in this?
Oh, my PB is like a 47.
Oh, no, okay, never mind.
Oh,
But
I am.
address
だ
that, because of how this run is, that 47 is just, you do maybe 1 menu all the way up and don't ever save to save, and if the game just kills you, you're just like, okay, go again.
Salty run back. Salty.
So the good people at home did actually
お
donate for us to fight Ozma. Again,
オズマ戦するらしいっすよ。
so we do have a file prepped here.
隠しボス。
We're gonna have to go find him.
We mentioned earlier about dark matters and how we have previously killed Ozma to get the dark matters. As much as Ozma is a secret boss and some other games may have deceived you otherwise, Ozma is not repeatable.
No, absolutely.
So we do not have those 3 dark matters on this file.
We have 1.
We have 1. We have the 1 from the auction house. There's 3 total ever available in the game, and 2 of them are from Ozma and require you to kill him. Do not have those.
It still gets me that Ozma is just like year in, year out. Like
You shake it all about.
Thank you. Mass voted as like the hardest boss in Final Fantasy history. I'm like, okay, we'll just take that and run with that then.
Beat him with 1 character, beat him at level 1.
So it's worth noting right before we get into this, the win-loss of this puts it at about a 25% chance of victory. However, I fought this battle 10 times today and won 6 of them. So this is either going to go very well and skew all of my record keeping, or good luck for some potential funnies to happen.
Someone told me Planks is really good at this fight.
Planks is
Planks is
really
amazing
good at this fight.
Scarily so. Where is he?
Which is amazing since he's never actually played FF9 before.
え
Okay.
The Taco Cinematic Universe.
Welcome to our rematch of Goosebert versus Takosma.
あれおー、俺の知ってるオズマじゃねえな。
So Ozma has an odd turn and an even turn. Every time you're on an odd turn, he has 6 available attacks. That's Doomsday, Meteor, Flare Star, Death, Holy, and Flare. When he's on his even turns, he has Curse, Level 4 Holy, Level 5 Death, Mini, and Curiga. The key thing about that is that Curiga is very under-prioritized, or deprioritized when he's not at a low HP. So no counter here. That looks as if it's going to counter. Okay. So this is fine. We have auto life on everybody. So 3 of our characters are going to get up right now. But because we don't have a character at level 4 or level 5, he can't physically cast those abilities. So it's Mini and Curse. And Curse is just going to kill you. And Meteor, that's unfortunate. So we'd already used...
あ、オーバーレイで重ねてんのか、これ。あ、そういうことか。
just saw that on
聞いたけど。
That's the wrong save file. Hold on.
Saying again.
Nobody saw it. Stop it. Stop it. We're not in Crystal World. So unfortunately, Curse is just, if we see that, you just expect, okay, that is just a party wipe. Everyone's going down. And if you've used your auto lives, it becomes a very bad time very, very quickly. In the interest of time, if there's ever a Meteor opener, that's an immediate, everyone dies, everyone resurrects, he immediately casts Curse because it's the only thing he can queue up. And where is he? I see him. It's the only thing he can queue up, so you know you're immediately going to die again. So just in the interest of, hey, all of our lifelines have been taken from us before we've even done a bunch of damage. If he starts with Meteor, we'll just do a quick reset and go find him again.
ここで話されてる
So we've been to the Chocobo Air Garden before.
方のどれがこういうの好きよね、ESA。
In and out of like areas or reload the game or anything, it moves between 5 positions. So I have to just very quickly check the map, eyeball where the 5 of them are, and go, ah, okay, right, I see them there. And then we fly all the way over. As much as I want to say Choco is the best barb at these events, he is the second best barb. Isn't that right, Goose?
I'm a goose. I'm a goose. That's not how he sounds.
It's exactly what he sounds like.
Not.
Controversy from the couch.
You'll never know who does the voice of Goosebird.
It's a secret to everyone.
Okay, I can see chat right now, and this just makes me happy.
ちょっと見せてくれるじゃん。
All the spinning with tackle heads.
あら。
Strategy works here now that we're actually going to get some time where hopefully he doesn't immediately take us out. Okay, we'll take it.
That's good.
So another key component of Ozma is that when you drop Ozma below 10, you deal 10,000.
これあれですよ、タイミングよく止めたら顔多分くっつくんで、タイミングよく止めてみてください。
Flare Star again being that it does multiples of your level, this time 50, but it can miss. So we're full throttle right now in this fight. So I reflect
ちゃんと攻撃して、こうカメラが移動したら、
automatically counters with Berserk, which causes us to lose control of our characters.
ちゃんと切り替えてるの面白いな。
We get Carbuncle out, get reflect on everyone, because remember we don't have a lot of magic stones to equip abilities with, and we need auto life. So this way, it's not going to happen here. So okay, we got no Kuraga counter. So after Freya has finished this attack, Ozma is forced to Berserk counter her. It can be reflected, it'll be reflected back at Ozma. He'll just guard it. Unfortunately, we couldn't do anything abusive like that. But it means that our party is safe to go into the next round with everyone able
すげえ主張激しい。
And it's like, this seems like a bit of a nuisance, but if you're able to control it, it works really, really well, because you can only perform one counter at a time. So anytime he's casting Berserk, he's not casting Kuraga. Unfortunately, he only ever does this twice. And this Thievery is going to trigger the third one. And the third one, the second one. I'm just making a liar out of myself now.
ちょっとはみ出てんだよ。
So there's the Berserk counter on Zidane, and we'll wait to see what he does. Hopefully it's not Curse. He can cast Mini, believe it or not. Speaking of which, hold on, we're in.
Mini on when you're not particularly mattering.
Yeah, all of our damage.
Same with if it goes on Ico. Ico's using a dark matter here, which is fixed damage anyway.
All of our damage is
Effectively fixed.
it's all fixed.
Yeah.
Mini, like it basically takes 99% of your physical damage away and half your magical damage. But we have set damage abilities, and that's no counter.
ちゃんと消してんだよね。ほら。
We're going into an
This is
odd turn or an even turn?
We need 6. No, we're going into an odd turn. So even if he just Kyurigas here, as long as it's like not.
で戻るって。
Okay. And that's a counter. You can tell because Freya's MP didn't immediately go down, so we know that Ozma is now going to be doing an action. And these Kyurigas basically just take away the last instance of damage that you did. So we've done 5 total, take 1 away for the Kyuriga, so it's essentially 4 out of 6.
On the odd turns, Ozma, on his like black magic turns, has the choice to cast 1 of 6 abilities. Meteor is basically, that's like a 97% chance to kill each person, basically a guaranteed wipe. Doomsday is going to be immune, absorb, and is going to hit him for damage.
Correct.
Flare Star is going to do 50 unless it misses, which is likely going to take Quinn out of the fight. And the other 3 options are single targets that can't target Ico.
Don't go there. So a funny thing is about to
カウ
happen.
ンターで回復するんだ。あ、消えた。
I'm not gonna spoil it.
あ、
I've not been counting.
I think I have a good idea.
But you put in action.
With that, we can officially say that Ozma is on Team Goosebert now.
どうした？お、合わせた。
He wanted to win for the Goose.
拡大して、拡大して。
Second try, not bad, honestly. I'm frightened.
ああ、
But I think that kept him just underestimate as well.
破壊しました。
Looks about on pace.
大変だね。
Anybody? Ozma's an easy boss.
Yo, 15-5, can we get Mini Goosebert over?
We have
簡単だぜって。
We have Mini Goosebert.
Oh, I'm leaving.
We have Goose Baby.
I can't accept this.
There's a whole family?
Yeah, we have
I'm going to stream too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Can't handle the Goosebert Extended Universe.
Is this because Goosebert beat you in the rematch?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You beat
Were
himself.
you not? Look! Were you not
Rematch
reading?
Goosebert versus
Aye.
Tack Ozma.
I was blissfully unaware of everything. I blacked out emotionally.
Where are we doing? Are we putting it back to mod or anybody? You got any shoutouts, wee man?
I'm good here, but
There's another one.
yeah, I would like to shout out.
いっぱい来るね。ガチョウいっぱい来るね。
I'm very much a fan of this.
Taco, before you run away to stream 2, is there anything you want to shout? I say that you're here for the whole of it. You are.
Look, I've done enough damage, and I'm doing enough damage as the rest of the event. I mean, if you want to talk Final Fantasy, our good friend Leonis and I will be racing Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced.
When is that?
I think it's Tuesday, but I'm not certain. So probably Tuesday.
そうだね。後ろの
Schedule.
方の
And the episode is coming up on Tuesday.
後ろの方のオズマだったらぽいですね。見た感じで。
Not.
Ah,
Because
okay.
not because I don't want it, but because I don't want to seem like I don't know what we're doing.
We have 14 on Friday, which yes is an MMO. Don't question it. Just turn up and have fun. Believe me.
You're running it.
I'm running that. You couldn't shout me out.
That's my bad.
めっちゃ楽しそう。
You want to see a real run? Final Fantasy 14, the Dungeons of Nevermore.
Shout out to Tier, who definitely was not secretly Tack Ozma in the background.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know.
That was the game. I don't know. That was in the game. That's in the game.
Yeah.
I swear. Square Enix put that in the game back in 2000.
Hidden in the files.
It's hidden in there. We just had to extract. I'm sorry. I'm distracted with the fact we just have an entire Goose family. Can I thank my wonderful couch, Edeno, for being a good sport and coming on. I know you love 9.
Thanks for having me.
Because you are obsessively kidnapped the entire event. I was super happy to have you on. Taco for being public enemy of Goose number 1. We do secretly love you, I swear.
Not as much as the Goose.
But I'm just letting you know the moment I get gunked this week, you need to run. That is your only warning.
Yeah.
And young Staratar here for being an absolute good sport, helping out, keeping everything in check, making sure that everything was ready, and being public hero of Geese.
Yeah, I'm not good at playing Dustadane, but I look at the things that he does in this video game and make sure that he isn't going even more insane.
Don't shake your head. He loves these Geese. Love him.
Yeah,
they're a family. He would take these home if he was allowed.
Unfortunately, I only play Dustadane in fighting games, not in RPGs.
Right, and I believe that's everything. Thank you to everybody in the crowd. You've been a fantastic sport. Thank you to everybody that donated. I don't know.
でもなんか割と順調に終わった感じですよね。EST 的の。すげえなって。結構祈りタイムあったんでね。
It's an absolute blast, and you have an entire week. I'm forgetting it's only Sunday. I feel as if I've been here for a week already. Just how much content we have fit in. So we have like an entire week, all the way until Saturday, to keep going. And if my fair gentlemen at the back of the room are ready, perhaps we can get it passed back to you to tell us what's coming up next.
Well, that was a run. Thank you very much for that.
はい、ということでね、ファイナルファンタジーIX でした。はい。いやー、全くね、いや、プレイしたことはあるんだけど、ディスク4をやってない人間からすると超新鮮だったんで、ぜひやりたいと思いますけど、ディスク4だけ買うのってどうやって買えますかね。ということで、ここまでゲームはファイナルファンタジーIX。カテゴリーが、メモリアズ・ボスラッシュですね、レベル1。はい。ということで、次のゲームの準備してまいりますので、一旦失礼いたします。
Yeah, I know, right? That Osmo just looked so good. I don't know how they did that. I mean, FF9, that was PlayStation 1 time, and they made Osmo look that good. I have no clue how they managed that. Also, Henny got in with 3 donations, totaling $15. And the comments are, let's say, interesting. So let's get through that. Error codes F02 and F05 on a Panasonic camcorder typically indicate problems with the tape mechanism or the loading and ejecting system. F02 may indicate an issue with a tape transport mechanism, such as a tape jam or a problem with the tape loading or the...
Wait for it.
Tape loading or threading process. F05 could indicate a problem with the reel or spooling mechanism, possibly indicating a fault with the tape movement or tensioning system. It's recommended to consult the user manual or contact Panasonic support for specific troubleshooting steps or arrange for repairs. That comment has been brought to you by ChatGPT. Thank you very much. So, Dino, what do we get next?
Well, up next we have Kaboltsky is going to be running some